And there she is, beautiful, just like you guys. That is why I had to laugh. And that is my intro for today. I always have to think for a few couple of minutes, like, what am I going to say? I always would like to say something different. Anyways, why I'm standing here is for today. I have a little small project in mind that we can work on and or just finish off. The reason for that is I want to take a little break from working on to the Wildlands Park, not only to give a little bit of change into this episode, but also I have been busy farming a lot of seeds that I'm going to need for this project and of course for pigment, but I'm not just ready just yet. And yes, like I said, a little bit of a change. So I have been speaking about this tiny little project once before, and it's going to be a pub. And this pub is going to be called Salty Swallow. Now I have a little bit of an idea what I want. Anything else we will see along the way. But before doing that, I have one comment of Sim Telly. He says the wildlands is turning great. You know, what I love about tropical biomes is the infinite shades of green in the green top. So maybe you could paint some of the trees in a different kind of shade of green, or even orange tones, and I think also a little bit yellow. I think that is a very good idea just to break up the basic look of the game anyway, so thank you a lot for this suggestion. I'm going to list all of the comments I have of Wildlands, and then maybe Friday, Saturday, we are going to finish off Wildlands. We're gonna make it look really, really cool. I am so happy so far. So the Salty Swallow, I am going to need to make a building within a building. So as you can see, there is something purple-ish going on. And if I'm not wrong, then that is because there is a non-double roof, or with other words, we can see it through like that. And that is okay. So I would like to make use a little bit of the editor versus, you know, replacing some stuff. And I also have an idea for a project right down here, which I am not gonna make. I am going to select certain people, and if they like to, of course, and they can make a project, and then I will place the blueprint, and I will just take care that everything is getting filled in. They can make up themselves what they would like to build there, and or give them an own name. Just because I'm thinking like, you know, why not? Maybe people will like it. And maybe you guys like that too. I'm gonna give them their complete freedom. Of course with a certain limitation, because having semi-rare items, I think that is okay, but using item that is too rare is not going to work, since, you know, I'm not that kind of a rich person. But semi-rare is okay, so let me just say paintings. Now, I don't have all the paintings, but I do know a painting trader. So I can go there, trade some paintings and put it into the building. And, you know, I'm going to give them some tips if they would like to use them in there. I'm not going to spoil anything just yet. And I'm not quite sure when this will be done though, but I think it's nice to let other people, you know, do something too. Alright, so this is all painted up. Like I said, I'm going to need to do the inside of the building. Now, I'm not quite sure if, well, we could keep the floor. And what I would like to do with the floor is to make it like a nice dark brown, but a little bit worn down to say, because, you know, people come here. It's an old type of pub. This building was here way before this newer building came along the corner, and the project manager tried to keep in mind that this building kind of needs to stay as it is, so we built like a shell around the building, which is very nice. Okay, I'm probably gonna fall off a lot of times. Now, the thing that I'm going to need to do here is measure the inside. I'm going to take a few couple of stones, and then, well, the reason is I could make like, you know, like a inside onto this stone, but I want to have it sunken into the stone a little bit. So I'm going to need to know like what am I working with. So for example, that is just perfect. So this guy, that guy, and then let's see, let's just place this dude here, and then it's like just a matter of being lucky here that is the correct one. Yeah, okay, I'm lucky here. like that. So now we know it is 3 on the outside, 3 on the outside. It is 4.5 on the inside. Now another thing that I have to do is this and that, and then, oh, that's also lucky, do this and that. So with this being done, I can keep this as the floor, so I will lower it in the editor, and then I can build on top knowing where the walls need to be placed. Alright, I think I just would like to... that's just perfect. Stone and wood seem to be very smooth. Okay, of course we have a tiny little thing down there, but that is fine for now. I wanted to say I'm ready for it, but I was hearing a little voice that says, yo, but what about the height? That is an extremely good one, because, you know, before I now have to go back and... Can I? No, I can't. So how much is it? It's just one higher. I think this is it. Yeah, okay, I know how wide it is because of these two things. Anything else, it should be fine. Damn, it is misty like crazy. So what I can do, just to make it myself a little bit more easier if it's about print screen or screenshot, is to just make this structure on the, you know, here on the grass. And then I can just take a nice screenshot. Now the thing that I'm going to do, just like I did with Lincoln's Diner, I'm going to create a new game and call this a pop. That's funny, it needs to be at least 4 characters. Alright, we are right in here. Now, even though I took a screenshot, I'm just gonna try and see if I can fix this. I kind of remember what needs to be done, so it was one like that, one of these, one of those, one of them, then this guy, that guy, and then I was saying, oh, something is wrong. Well, that's because I needed to put it onto it, like that, then have this dude on top of it, and then have this guy right down here. Beautiful. Okay, so let me just see here. I would like to create like that wood in the wall. Oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Wood in the wall. Just like that for a bit, right? And then I need to keep in mind that it needs to be also like that, right? And like that. I'm not quite sure if this is going to work, because I think we have double wall though. If it is double wall, I can do this. I'm just going to trust on my feelings. What is going on here? Okay, select this. Good. Okay, so now we're also going to need to have it right down here. And I'm just going to build this all the way around. Now, I'm also keeping in mind that these are double walls, right? That I could paint a lot. Why I need to laugh is because I sound very confusing. I think that will be fine though. Maybe this will clear it up for a little bit. So we're gonna have like nice wood, and then these walls we could just paint something else. Like some nice kind of brown. We need to paint this afterwards, so this is just, you know, about something. This could be darker and a little bit like that. To give this a bit of a pop feeling with the wood against the wall, not too thick. The reason why I still chosen to keep this very thin is because it looks more like there are planks against the wall rather than, you know, like a whole brickwork. And what I could also then do, and this is something that I might need to do afterwards, but just I would like to, that's gonna be troublesome now I'm thinking of it. I wanted to say I would like to have a tiny, you know, like this, but if I do it like, well, yeah, you know, stuff like that. Alright, something like this to, you know, indicate how it's going to look. Now, I already copied this wall over here, but how do I know how thick this needs to be? Well, for now, I'm just gonna copy this guy, because this guy, if I move it over here, I still have the same thickness from that wall, and with that, I can, you know, eyeball out what it needs to be. Always love it when there is some stuff on my desk. I don't use a mouse mat, something like that. Now I can just kind of measure it out, you know, like this would be fine. I'm not going to be too strict about it. This, you know, it's perfect. All right, we are getting there already. Now here I hope that I'm not going to be, things don't get too troublesome. That is still okay. And that is also the nicest thing of using double wall. Is because you can just stick stuff through if you need to make something very nice. Okay, then let's also take care of a nice thickness here on the wall. And you know, that is beautiful. It's just for the little detail effect. And now it's looking like this. I think that is looking very good. Okay, so the front here, we're going to need to mess around with maybe partly window, partly a wood, if you would. This is not gonna work, I should have known. Now I'm thinking of it, this guy is placed underneath the wall, so I'm going to need to raise this guy up like that. And then I might, now of course I'm not being able to fit that, I don't even know why I was wondering that. So let's just place these guys on the outside, just like that. And what do we have left? We have 3 left, so might be smart to just do this and also check if the colors are correct. In this case, they are. Now this guy is going to fit underneath. I'm just gonna place it here and I'll move it about, something like that. And I think it would be the best idea to give it the same color as the wood against the wall. Keep in mind we can change anything, of course, afterwards. Now I do believe that the stone at the ground we painted the same color as the floor, so that is going to be fine to have something that looks like the wood to break stuff up a bit from, you know, seeing the stone is what I mean, like this down here. And now we're going to need to use a nice door, something that is pop-ish. I think, like, it is a very old type of pop, right? Maybe the bigger one would make a little more sense, so I don't have to mess around with things that don't look incorrect for the eye. This here though, let's just make it like that, so it's like supporting. And then we could use like a smaller one. It is a tiny, cozy little pop. So we're going to have something above the door. So I'm just going to make the beam look like that. I kind of like the idea of first making like the skeleton of a wall and then just fill in the blank to say. I am almost feeling it, not all the way through though. For the reason being is if I would place a window like this, that is way too modern. So I need to raise it up. Back in the days they didn't went all the way down, and even for this part down here it might be troublesome. And I think this kind of would fill in the blank. Then I just need to find something nice to put right down here. I'm trying to think and I'm trying to visualize what an old pop could have, and if I type it into Google, it just, yeah, that is true, that is true. Yeah, it is good that I'm taking a look at it, because often you think, you know, it looks like this or that, but then you're looking for pictures, and it's true that, for example, a lot of these old pubs in England and Scotland or whatever not had these kind of windows. It really gives this more of an old pub feeling, because they have these tiny windows mostly on these old ships too. Yeah, they have like panels down here. But the upper one is, yeah, it's a bit of a shame. I cannot really do anything about that. Unless there is something that I could use that has a little bit of decoration in them, like these guys. I need to, you know, learn to play around more with these blocks. Of course, don't do that. That really, no, that's just perfect. Kinda is, right? Now, for the love of God, do they have? No, they don't have. Well, yeah, well, yeah. Well, almost, if it was a flat one, you know. And then, you know, paint it like that. Ooh, oh yes, that is really, you know, we're getting somewhere with that. Now, of course, the outside color of this wall is incorrect. It is something orangey, you know, it might not fill in the blank, but you need to imagine there will be a sidewalk here that is gray. Yeah, but these pieces do it a lot. Yeah, yeah. Okay, that's perfect. So I also see, I have a nice picture of a pub in the front of me. I'm not going to show you, you know, because some of this stuff is like copyrighted, and I'm not really in the mood to, you know, logically crying and complaining. Absolutely. I'm just looking at these colors because this is like incorrect. This is like this wall here. And I like that. Yes. Okay, there are a few couple of things that we need to break up. Fantastic. Just breaks it up for a bit. Now I want to add a couple more things to break it up for a little bit because it just feels a little too modern the wall. So I'm thinking about making some wood around the area, in the corners a bit of wood, maybe some beams that are, you know, hanging into the sky to say where chandeliers can be underneath. Alright, looking good, looking good. So I've not only placed these beams right up there, I just placed a little bit into the corner just to break it up for a small little touchy. And I am overall starting to get very, very happy. What is the difference? Oh yeah, wow, that's a 4x4, that's a 2x2. Sure, let's just use this guy then. A little bit inwards like that to make it look like it is definitely a panel. Just like that. And also, yeah, why not? I mean, it's not the greatest, but it's definitely something. Now, what I really would like to have, and this is something that you see often in bars, is like to have that thing where people put their feet on. Give it a nice yellow orangey type of deal, and beautiful. Look at that. Now they can put their feet on it all they want. Do I want one or two? You know what? Let's pretend I'm rich for once. Let's put a 2 or another one between in. Alright, that starts to look like it. Is the bar finished? Definitely not, because that is a bit of a tiny little bar. Let's take a hole like that, right? And make it some kind of a nice gray. I mean, this is getting quite modern already. And it looks like a thing you actually use to pinpoint stuff on the map. You know? That's kind of cool though. Alright, let me just fix some stuff within the bar. Maybe I did a little bit more than I needed to do, but this is what I got for right now. Of course, I will add a couple of detailed things once we got this blueprint in the building, because, you know, certain spots need to be seen in overall. So as you can see, I got 2 tables against the wall with some seats. I got enough seats around the bar itself. I have like a carpet, which is for darting, which you can do right down here. This guy that sits here probably going to end up having an arrow in his neck or a dart. And yeah, of course, the bar itself, I made some taps down here made out of rabbit meat and bamboo shoots. Of course, some bowls where peanuts can be dropped in later on, some bottles over the place. But like I said, I need to put this blueprint into the building so I can have a better idea and understanding of what I am putting onto the wall itself. Of course, this one, I made a wall and then removed it. But yeah, in overall, this is what I would like to have for right now. Alright, I have good news and I have incredible bad news, or at least maybe it's not as bad as I think it is if I can find it. So the thing here is, I thought I used rabbit meat for the tap. Apparently I've used bird meat for my tap. This means that I'm going to need to use terra bird meat. So the thing is, this is the ship I brought along the exploration. And it seems like I have a problem. But maybe, very slight maybe, I'm gonna have it right down in one of these. Yes! Oh boy, I'm so happy. Alright, there we go. Are you ready? Here is our pop in case you didn't see it just yet. And you were like, okay, I'm gonna skip ahead. That's fine too. Alright, let's open the door and take a look in here. It looks different than I had in mind, but sure, it looks a bit very darkish. Like it's burned down or something, you know, that little bit of a feeling. Maybe I should just give a little slight tap of paint here and there, like a bit of happy brown colors in here, you know, like that kind of brown. Just color it up a bit, you know. And so, ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the salty swallow. Not only that, as you can see on the inside, I have also lit up some candles to make it all look cozy. So let's take a look. I added a couple more things. I played around with the painting and I'm going to keep it like that. Been hanging up some smaller paintings like a wrecked ship, a shark of course, a lighthouse and a piece of beach. The ceiling is very nice. Anything else? Yeah. Okay, so the door opens now toward this way. The reason for that is that the door was opening toward the outside, which is not okay at all, because if there is a fire inside, for example, and the firemen need to go in, they can kick in the door if it's stuck. And if the door goes open to the outside, maybe we'll get a problem. You know, people are walking here and some drunk dude is coming out, and you know, someone that walks here gets the door in his face. Now, two reasons why the door is opening towards the bar while I didn't want to do it is, one, if I rotate the door, the hole will be on the bottom. Might be nice for cats or something. And also another thing, that if the door opens this way and someone wants to throw a dart and he gets the door in his back, he gets scared off and then he throws the arrow in the person sitting there. Not gonna be very handy. So that is why the door is opening towards the bar. It is fine. I really like it. It's just a nice, cozy, tiny little project. And I have to say, it looks bigger than I thought it would be. You know, let's also see, can we... Yeah, you know, maybe people need to jump on the bar and then sit. No, okay, yeah, well, it is what it is. I also have some bottles on top of here. Very nice. I think it looks lovely in here, man. I really like it. Now, what do you think of this little bar? Does it all fit in? Does it look nice? You know, maybe I need to add an arrow in here. Something else. I'm not quite sure. I just love it. Oh man, look at this shot. Like, it is fantastic, right? So in this case, I will have to think what I am going to do next. Am I going to already work on the Ylands park, or do I need to keep it as an off-camera project and then all of a sudden just surprise you guys with an amazing Ylands animal resort park and just do something else next time too? Maybe once again a small little project of a building we could build onto the garage. We could build on a building between in. Now this spot down here will be given away for a project. Might take a little while. And one of the people I asked it is actually gonna go away for a couple of days. Now we could also work on a bank that I would like to have here so we can save up some treasures. We could work onto the harbor dock. And just slowly but surely, you know, moving everything this way. Or we could actually work on the theme park. I mean, there are so many projects just laying around. And maybe for the theme park, I'm going to need to have a couple of bits ready. Because I notice also myself, when I work for a longer time on one project, it might need to have a change of subjects that we're working on to keep it a little bit interesting. But just let me know. I forgot about these dudes. I need to be careful. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff to do, and yeah. It is all fine and nice.